Alright guys, this is going to be a review of how to use an AR-15 for beginners. This right here, this model is called the Stag Arms Model 3, and this is an AR-15, an M4, an M16. They all go by similar names, but really for the consumer, not in the military, this is considered an AR-15. This model right here is made by Stag Arms. It's called the Model 3. And basically every AR-15 is pretty similar in how it operates. This particular firearm is chambered in 5.56 caliber. That's also known as 223. There is a difference between the rounds. 5.56 is primarily used for the military. 223 is primarily a consumer round. But nowadays a lot of your consumer firearms, or AR-15s, are chambered to shoot both. This specifically says it on the firearm that it's 5.56, so that means it can shoot, like I said, 5.56 or 223. This is what the round looks like. Again, when you're purchasing one of these, in my opinion, it's best to have a firearm chambered in 5.56. That way you know it can shoot 223. If the firearm is only chambered in 223, then it should probably not fire 5.56. There's an ongoing debate about that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just here to teach beginners a little bit about the firearm, how it works, and give you my opinion of it. Pretty simple, like I said. If you're looking at this side of the firearm, right here is the safety. Right now it's on fire. If you turn it like this, it'll turn it to safety. You can only put the safety on when there's a round in the chamber and there's a magazine in the magazine holder. If there's not, such as right now, you cannot do that. So right now the firearm is unloaded, it's on fire, but you can't put it on safety because it's not loaded. Magazine is fairly simple. Depending on your state, you can have either 10 rounds, 30 rounds, whatever the situation might be. In this case, I have a 10 round clip, which is supporting the firearm. This is a 20 round pre-ban, because I live in a state where you have to have pre-ban magazines. In other states you can do otherwise. So very briefly, if you're looking at the firearm, this is your clip. It's very simple. The clip just goes in the magazine, goes in the magazine holder. You push it in until it clicks in. Now it's in there. To release it, you go to the other side of the firearm, and let me just show you for the camera. The other side has a button right here. You just depress this button, and the clip or the magazine comes right back out. And that's the same for a 10 round, 20 round. It makes no difference. You put the magazine in. When you're done, press the button. It comes right back out. Let's say this was loaded. Let's say the magazine had a round in it. You would take the magazine, you would insert it into the magazine holder until it clicks. And then there's a charging handle in the back of the firearm right here. It's hard to see with the camera. There's a little handle, it looks like a T. You grab on it and you pull it back all the way, and what that does is it opens a little door here. This is the ejector where the spent case comes out. Once you pull this back, you let go. Now in this case, because the magazine is empty, it's going to lock in the open position. What you can do, just for show, you turn the firearm around again, and there's another button right here on the side. If you press this, it releases the bolt into the firing position. Again, there is no round in the chamber, so that's why it locked in the open position. It's very similar to a handgun, semi-automatic handgun. When you're finished firing your last round with the Glock, for example, it locks open the slide. So to release it, you just press this, and now the bolt is in the forward position. If there was a round in the chamber, it's now ready to fire. So at this point, I could put it on safety because the gun doesn't know that there's no round in the chamber, so safety would work at this time. If you wanted to fire the weapon out, you'd simply pull the trigger. Again, I'm not going to do that because, again, safety is paramount, but that's how it would work. When you're finished firing for the end of the day, again, just press the button on this side to release your magazine. When you're when you're finished at the end of the day, you should close this little door. This keeps rain and debris out of the firing mechanism. I think it's good practice to close this when you're done. Once you close it, it will remain closed unless you slide down to open it or pull the charging handle back. If you're not sure if there's a round in the chamber, let's say you're at the range, you're finished, you want to put it away, you're not sure if it's loaded or not. First thing you always do with any semi-automatic firearm is you press the button to eject the magazine. There's no magazine in here. You're going to pull the charging handle back. If there is a round in here, it's going to eject it. If there's not, you'll be able to clearly see that there is no round. So I'm pulling it back. There is definitely no round in here. I can visualize it. I can see right down the magazine holder. Now I can pull the trigger in a safe direction, and the firearm is empty. There's a button here on the side of the firearm. This is if the round gets stuck in the chamber, maybe it didn't come out of the magazine correctly. It pretty much just presses and advances the round a little bit to get it unjammed. I've never had to use this. I've never had a jam round in my AR. That's pretty much how an AR-15 works. There's a lot of accessories you can get for it. This is a 4-power scope made by Nikon. I think it's a great scope. I really do like it a lot. You can change grips over here, you can change barrels, you can change the buttstock of the firearm. I live in a state where you must use a 10 round. You must have a fixed buttstock, so this does not move. This is permanent. But in other AR-15s you could squeeze here and this could slide forward or back. Again, it depends on your state. And again, that's pretty much how it works. There's rails here. You can put accessories, you can put flashlights, you could put slings over here. All sorts of stuff you can do to customize it. You could change the bolt, you could change the pins, you could change triggers. A lot of times you might hear upper and lower and you don't know what that means. Basically, the firearm is divided into two halves, the upper part and the lower part. The lower part meaning the magazine assembly, the trigger mechanism, the pistol grip, and the buttstock. And the upper part would be the upper half of the firearm. I'm going to show you really quick. There is a button here, or not a button really, but a pin. And if you press this pin in, it's kind of hard on this because I don't usually take this apart. You can separate the upper and the lower half. So I'm just going to show you quickly the difference here. So I pop the pin, and now the AR-15 opens up in half. This is considered the lower half, and this is considered the upper half. You could, make your own. You could purchase a lower half from one company, from Colt. You could purchase an upper half from Stag Arms, Bushmaster. There's lots of different brands. Smith & Wesson. Or you can make a proprietary brand. I don't know all the companies out there that make them, but you can customize and interchange all different parts. I'm not a gunsmith. I have never done that. I don't really know how to do that, but I assume it's relatively easy. Lots and lots of people do that. I personally just like to purchase stock firearms and keep them totally stock. Also, when you open it up like this, it makes it easier for cleaning. You can oil the parts in here, you can oil parts in here. I will make another video that shows you how to clean it. You can actually take the whole handle out, you can take the bolt out, the bolt carrier, the firing pin, and you can pretty much disassemble the whole firearm for cleaning and maintenance. And to put it back together, pretty much just realign it, push the pin, and that's it. It's back together. So like I said, that is pretty much for a beginner. How to use an AR-15. Very simple. I know it looks intimidating if you're not used to it, if you've never had one, you've never fired one. It gets a bad reputation because of its looks. It's called the ugly black gun, but it's really no different from any other hunting rifle, sporting rifle, military rifle. It all serves the same purpose. It just looks different from other firearms. So I hope this video is helpful. I'm going to do another review of this specific firearm, the Stag Arms Model 3. And I'm going to do a review of another one that I have, which I'm selling. It's a Colt, but I'll do a review just so you guys have an idea of what I think of it. If you found this video helpful, please leave comments. If you found any of my videos helpful, please subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate any feedback. If I explain something that you disagree with or you have another way of doing it, please feel free to let me know. I'm always open to comments and feedback. Thank you guys.